Hey everyone, today I'm trying out Stephen King's daily writing routine. He says this is how he's written his countless bestsellers, and I kind of want to see if I can keep up. Let's get right into it and break down exactly what he does. I couldn't find exactly what time he wakes up, but he says that he wakes up early, has breakfast, then he goes out for a walk around 3.5 miles every day. When he's back from his walk, he makes himself a cup of tea and he also reads the previous work that he's happy with. He writes fresh copy from around 7:30 on most days until noon. I tried finding how many words he writes every day, and it varied between 2,000 words to 4,000 words. Even in some places it said 3,000 words. For the sake of this video, I've decided to stick to 2,000 words just because I could find more sources citing that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. So it is currently 6:45 a.m. and I've just finished getting breakfast ready. I haven't finished it yet, and it's still dark outside and it's so quiet, although now I can start to see a few cars passing by, which means that I'm running late and I need to hurry up. But I just wanted to check in and just share my 2 cents. I thought I would be more tired than this, but I feel so fresh. I'm kind of excited to see where this routine goes. I should probably be finishing up breakfast. It's been around 15 minutes since I have been walking. I still have around 45 minutes left to go. I feel pretty nice right now just because of how good the weather is. It's pretty cool. I haven't been up this early in a long time and it's quite refreshing. Anyway, I'll check in again after my walk. I don't want to lose time on this, but yeah, I'll see you at the next check-in. I am back from my walk and it was a pretty short one. I wanted to make it back home in time to make my coffee. So another thing on the checklist was to make tea and drink it before writing or taking it into my room. I've decided on iced coffee because I haven't had tea in a while and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of makes me sick. I'm not sure why, but it is the way it is. I've decided to settle on iced coffee. I hope that doesn't really stir any issues, but I mean, caffeine is caffeine, so that's one thing I've changed. I'm gonna enjoy my coffee and get ready for my writing session. So I finally made it to the writing desk with 2 minutes early. Made it just in time. I have my coffee, aka substitute for tea. Before I get started and turn off the camera, I just wanted to revisit exactly how long I'll be writing. So King says that he reads the last page that he was happy with, as in what he had written the day before. As I haven't written anything yesterday, I will be looking at the chapter I last wrote and hopefully pick up from there. And King apparently writes to around noon. That gives me around 4 hours of writing time, which hopefully will go well. I'll be closing my camera and putting my phone away to avoid any and all distractions, as King advises himself. Um, but yeah, let's get started. All right, so I just hit the 2,000 word mark, just like King does in his daily writing routine. I am wrapping up this writing session with a couple of notes. First of all, waking up at the time I did today wasn't too bad. Honestly, I thought it would be worse. I'm not sure if this is just because it was the first day and I haven't done it for too long, but honestly, it was pretty good and very refreshing, very doable, not that harsh. I have heard that other writers do things a bit more extreme where they'll wake up at like 4:30 a.m. and King's routine is nothing like that. And While I do admit that the 3.5 mile walk was a bit too much for me and I had to cut that down to at least a mile, that was one of the parts that I had trouble with. But I do also want to acknowledge that I was recording this entire thing. So a lot of my time went into setting up my tripod and doing things repeatedly, like just to catch the clips. And so if I was doing this off camera, I feel like it would be so much more easier to actually meet those goals that King sets for himself. So the second point I'd like to bring up is that I read somewhere that King doesn't really like to outline his books too much in a way that he's like, over planning his stories, and he allows the stories to like unravel as he goes. And so I feel like with this routine, it really does push you to like not second guess yourself, just letting the characters do what they're doing and letting the story flow the way it's flowing. And so I feel like because I had a word limit and I also had a time constraint, I just had to push the story forward. And I've heard that first drafts are supposed to be messy, and you can always come back to edit. And personally, from experience, editing can turn into perfectionism so quickly, so fast, to the extent where you're just like not generating any kind of words. You're just writing the same sentence over and over again until time runs out. And so I really like that aspect of just free writing. The third point I like to make is that I appreciate how King approaches his writing in a sense that he allows time for life and he sets his writing aside. And, he doesn't really make his life all about writing. He keeps it consistent by keeping, himself on 2,000 words, writing until noon, but then he has the rest of the day to do anything he wants. I feel like this is a very healthy way to approach a writing routine, and this is something that can lead to a much more sustainable routine for people like me who are trying to emulate and copy other writers. I'm not sure if every writer approaches writing the same way, but it definitely feels like King does, and I really appreciated that. And that's something that I could potentially incorporate in my own writing routine just because of how easy and light I feel right now, because it's 11 o'clock, so the day has literally just started. So I could do anything potentially, and so those are my three takeaways from today's writing routine, Stephen King's edition. Filming this routine was very fun. It was very challenging. I've never done something like this. So if there is anyone else's routine that you'd like me to copy and to film, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to make this a series. I have a couple of ideas, but I'm still very open to it. Thanks for joining me on my journey. It's 11 o'clock, so I am tired. I'm not going to lie. I just want to go and have another coffee. I don't really sit down and allocate time for writing, and so I feel like my brain's kind of like fried. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.